Yes, guys, Marty from AFTV here after Arsenal convincingly beating Athletic Club 2-0 away from home in their first Champions League game. I am here with Liv, who is going to break down this game. Let me...
Oh, mate, I don't know if even I can do that. I'm confused. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. There was so much up and down in that game. We started poorly. We were slow, sort of lethargic, just messy. The passing accuracy just wasn't there. No one was really taking any risks. And then we picked up a bit. We looked promising, and then we dropped off again at the end of the first half. I would have liked to have seen some changes at half time, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Because we made the changes at 65 minutes in and they paid off.
So, let's talk about those changes. 65 minutes into the game, it's 0-0. Everyone's getting frustrated, especially at half time. It was a bit of a non-entity, the game, and you're kind of thinking, what's going on here? And then Mikel Arteta brings the substitutions off the bench in Trossard and Martinelli, and you know, it's an interesting change. He brings Marino and Eze off, and then listen, we go very quickly from it being a deadlock to 2-0. Talk to me about those goals.
Crazy. I think we've always known that Trossard is a super sub. He's always been more effective off the bench. Now, you asked me what would I change. I said, yeah, okay, cool, bring Trossard on, put him in the 9. I didn't say bring Martinelli on. I've not had the biggest, I'm going to put my hands up and be honest, I've not had the biggest faith in the guy over the last sort of year. But that being said, he's obviously done the job tonight, and it's good to know that he's still a valuable and effective player in this team, not as a starter, but coming off the bench. And I wasn't trying to disrespect Martinelli when I said I wanted Trossard to come on over him, but both of them fine, and they assisted each other. Obviously Martinelli's always had the pace, and it was just always his final pass and not looking up and stuff like that. But he smashed it today with that assist to Trossard. He placed it perfectly. It was perfect timing, and even Trossard with his little delay on the goal, I think that was effective too. It was interesting. It was an interesting one, yeah.
So talk to me about this defence, right? So we've played 5 games this season, right? We've conceded 1 goal, and that was a wonder goal. Another clean sheet away from home in the Champions League, right? Defensively, we haven't got William Saliba there now. We've had Mosquera come in and cover. We're bringing on options after, 89 minutes, defensive options. We've still got them on the bench. Obviously, Mars Lewis-Skelly didn't even get a look in today. Is this an exciting time to be an Arsenal fan? And how do you see this playing out into the season?
I think we've been defensively solid for a very long time now. We've always had a lot of depth in that area. Where we lacked was always the attack. And I think, just in the same way that when Gabriel got injured last season and Kiwior came in and he did what he needed to do, I feel like Mosquera's done that now with Saliba. These are massive boots to fill. In the same way, and sorry, I know we're talking about the defence, but Madueke coming in for Saka, he's not. I don't think people expected him to be as brave, effective. Being able to. Yeah, I just think now we've got this depth. It's allowed us to. You don't get worried now. You don't get so worried when you see maybe Gyökeres going down. You do get worried. We do still only have one out and out number 9. But that being said, we subbed Trossard and Martinelli on, and they scored. But I just think it's just so nice to have that depth and not go, well, that's it, season's done when you see someone go down. So well done to Berta and Arteta in the summer. I think it's been a massive window, and we're really starting to see that play out now.
Yeah, to be fair, they absolutely smashed it with all of the signings. I mean, for me, Christian Mascara was an absolute standout performer, and he has been for the last couple of games that he's, like you said, filled these massive boots of William Saliba. And obviously, you know, attacking wise, I think, Noni Madueke really deserves a mention, because he's, for me, been absolutely fantastic. Every time he picks up the ball, he's been very direct. He's run at his man, and that's what you like to see. But then obviously, you know, the Gyökeres, the head injury, it was a serious head injury. And obviously, when we've got Manchester City coming up on Sunday, may I add, the watch along at Box Park, which AFTV will be covering, which I'm sure you'll be there too, Liv, won't you? So how do you see this game playing out?
Right. I was having to think about this. There were times last season, when we really performed and we thought, wow, we smashed it, and then we come to the next game and we regressed again. And it was on, off. And I'm already starting to get a little bit, I know it's early, but we were off it today. We were sloppy, and we need to be better going into this game with City. We cannot play like that.
You make it sound like we've just lost 3-0.
No,
not
don't
1-2-0.
No, but I'm sorry. We did that because of these two super subs that came on at the end. Do you think we would have won 2-0 had we not have subbed them on?
Listen, it was obvious we needed to make changes, and that was clear to see. You know, Eze wasn't a racist for me, and Madueke does, after 60, 70 minutes, sort of slow down. You know, he does potentially, has the tendency to fade, and it was the perfect time to bring them on, and they come on and done the job that we're paying them to do.
The point I'm trying to make is just about consistency in the performances, not just, but also, that being said, it's teams like Liverpool that end up being champions, because even when they're not playing great, they do end up scraping by magic moments. So that's what's happened today. So you do need, even when you're not performing, you just need to be able to scrape by, and we have done that. So I'm not going to sit here and complain. I'm not a complainer. But
then you say, look, this is a great point. You make some great points, really valid points. You say scrape by and then consistency. For me, consistently, we've not conceded goals, and consistently, we've scored goals. And was today a scrape by? You know, in the end, I think an emphatic victory at the end. I do completely agree that 65 minutes of the game was, it was tight. It was a tough place to go, But is Arsenal Football Club scraping by at the moment? Or?
No, I'm just saying we need to be better.
Okay.
At playing City.
You've got some high standards, man.
Why shouldn't I have?
No, good on you. No, good on you.
I think we've got to have high standards, or otherwise what's the point? What's the point, Marty? We always want our team to be performing at their best level, and I only saw that for sort of the odd 20, 25 minutes today, but that doesn't matter. We've got the result, and that's what matters at the end of the day. And it's early days in the season. Obviously, we're still adjusting. Especially with Gyökeres, it's evident. We need to. He's getting into these spaces, and we're not serving him in the best way we can. And I think we still need to get used to playing with an out-and-out 9 that's there just to score goals.
Yeah, no, listen, I think you make a great point. And unfortunately, until that head injury, he looked lively for me. He really did. And, I think at the end he had that header, it goes wide. And, I think the game completely changed, which is understandable. It looked like a really nasty cut, really nasty.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, really bad, and on the back of the head as well. It's real sensitive.
And especially Big Gabby is the last guy on the pitch that you want steaming into the back of your head, sticking the nut on you.
I know. Yeah. I mean, look, hopefully he's all right. Hopefully there's no sort of delayed concussion or anything like that, because we need him. We've been yearning for a player just like him. I just think we need to get more used to service him in the best way possible. He's getting into these spaces. He's making these early runs. We just need to make sure we're releasing the ball to him at the right time.
Definitely. So, thank you very much, Liv. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch the game with you on the watch along. And speaking of watch alongs, as I said earlier, AFTV are covering the Arsenal versus Manchester City game live from Box Park on Sunday. Please check it out. Please catch it. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Please check out all of the other fan cams. Please subscribe. Please like. And please let us know in the comments what you think of what Liv has said. Marty from AFTV signing out.